Royal Bushwhacker was bred in the state of Texas by Benjamin McCutcheon. The son of Beholda Beduino made 27 starts from 1990 to 1992 for owner John Swallow, and he won 13 of those career starts and earned over $290,000. Ridden by Alvin Bubba Brosette, Royal Bushwhacker was trained by Kenny Roberts Sr., who regarded the Gray Gelding as one of his most exceptional runners and one of the toughest horses he had ever trained.
I tell you what, he gave us a rough time when we started. I mean, nobody wanted to ride him. And I finally got Ronald Lejeune to get on him, and Ronald did a good job on him. Then he ended up breaking his arm. Then I had to call Brosette, and he had left and went to California, so we had qualified in the finals of the Firecracker. Then I got Brosette to come ride him and kind of went over some details with him, and he trusted Brosette. So, you know, he was a good horse, and I wish I could run across something like that again.
I didn't know what to think no more. I just didn't want to get rid of him because I just felt he had a big heart, and he did have that. I wanted for Kenneth to take him. Kenneth said, shit, he came over here. He said, I got some people that'll break him. Shit. Felton Thomas, it wasn't 2 weeks he had broke his ankle. He's on light duty and he was breaking horses while living. And somebody else got hurt. I talked to him. I had a horse line in Grand Isle. I called him. I said, how you doing? He said, doing a little better, I believe. So I said, well, I'm going to go see. I'd go. I'd drive just to come see that song. And sure enough, they get on him. You could saddle him, could do anything. Kenny will vouch for that. You saddle him underneath the barn. That's an easier horse. But don't leave that barn. He wanted to go back to that barn.
If you was getting ready to go to a fight, Bushwhacker is one of the horses that you want to take with you because he had your back.
After breaking his maiden at Delta Downs on April 29th of 1990 and then winning the $77,000 Firecracker Futurity, he showed so much potential that his connections sent him to Ruidoso to compete in the trials for the All-American Futurity.
I heard it called me, and I talked to Kenny about it. He said, yeah, let's go. Kenny didn't feel like going too much, but he went. Because him and I were just like brothers, stay together all the time. And we got in the car, and I swear, every jockey they had at Delta was outside. They shook all our hands. I said, man, I told Kenny, I said, man, that's great. I said, that's good to see. He said, yeah, they're glad to see him go. He said, they might be able to win a race now. I laughed. I said, oh, you think that's this Kenny? He said, yeah. He said, they're glad. They wish us well, but he said, they're kind of glad the horse to leave.
He didn't qualify for the Futurity, but he did qualify for the Consolation. With Bubba Brosette aboard, Royal Bushwhacker stormed home and captured victory in the All-American Consolation, and he followed that with 2 stakes wins, including the Grade 1 QHBC Juvenile Classic at Los Alamitos his freshman year. During his 3-year-old campaign, he defeated world champion and 3-time Champion of Champions winner, Refrigerator, and stakes winner, and leading sire taking on the cash in a trial for the All-American Derby at Ruidoso Downs. Only a head and neck separated the top 3 finishers, See Me Gone, Refrigerator, and Royal Bushwhacker, in the All-American Derby finals. From there, the Gray Gelding moved to the West Coast from the mountain, where he promptly qualified for the Los Alamitos Derby and the Grade 1 QHBC Championship Classic. Royal Bushwhacker closed out his career in 1992 with back-to-back wins at Delta Downs, the same track he broke his maiden on 2 years earlier. Entering into his 4-year-old year, John Swallow was approached from interests south of the border to purchase the Gray Gelding.
Yeah, then later in his career, we ended up selling him, and he ended up going to Mexico. And we ended up, they really couldn't handle him, so they ended up getting back in touch with me. And I ended up having to send the hand that really handled his horse the whole time when we had him. And we had 3 match races with him. And he won all 3 match races, but the one that I could remember is the big match race with Machete of a horse that never been beat and on the match races, and we went out there and we outrun him, and at the time he had changed his name to Al Tejano, and I tell you what, it was a big experience for me.
One of the great quotes from the Royal Bushwhacker story comes from his jockey Bubba Brosette, who once was quoted as saying, "Royal Bushwhacker breaks so fast from the gates that my legs scrape the gates, leaving there aboard him."
This horse, when you brought him to the racetrack, he was there to run, and he was going to get you what he had. I mean, we went just about everywhere with him. From one end, from here to Louisiana to Rio Doce to California, and he showed that he had the talent.